Hello everyone, good morning. Here we are, last couple minutes of the competition. Wow, look at all the chats that popped up. It's kind of delayed. They all kind of just show up at the same time on the screen. Whoa. Does that usually happen? Okay. Well, hello to everyone, of course. I'm gonna read those chats in a moment. I checked my rank like 20 minutes ago and I was 13th place, so how am I doing now? Still 13th, okay. That's about as expected. My guess was probably around 15th place is what I was thinking I was gonna get. So 13th place makes perfect sense right here, assuming this is up to date. Yeah, assuming it's updated. By now, everybody probably fast forwarded, so there's that. Dave, hello. Bayes says hi all. Hello Bayes. Hello DeFi. I hope you are well. I am, thank you. Despite the fact that I only got about 5 hours sleep, but that is my fault. Girl Gamer says Merry Friday all. Oaken Shield, good morning. Spartan says Happy Friday. Dub, hello Spartans. How did you all do in this competition? So I'm doing 1225 Bokashi per hour. I thought it was at 1224. That's why I put that on the thumbnail. But that's completely fine. I decided not to do any tweaks after I ended the stream on Tuesday, though I was considering it. I maybe could have gotten Bokashi a little bit higher, but I figured it wouldn't have mattered. I'm very close to Spartan's rate, though. I know Spartan's, he said he was doing a higher production rate than me. Though Spartan's, I did expect you to maybe get like 11 million. Yeah, we were kind of close to top 10 though, not gonna lie. That's not that big of a gap. I couldn't tell you what Triple L's rate was, but if I had to guess, 1300 and something. It's not that far off. Wilson, hello. Tony Roy says good afternoon, Dub and everyone. Hello, Tony. Hello, Jeff Saylor. Happy Friday, everyone. I'm at 386. 13 minutes to go. Yeah, 10 minutes now. 180 an hour, but days of tweaking. There you go. You made it to a good rate, Jeff. Nice. Tony says missed top 600 again. Oh, Mary, hello, hello. Drew Mercado, first, not exactly. Zebor, hello. Rachel, morning Dub. Happy Friday. Coinman says happy Bokashi, everyone. That's I don't think people usually say that, but yeah. Martin is here. Hello. Are we here? What smells? It's the town. It probably smells like Bokashi, as you would expect. LV Postman says, hey folks. Hello, LV Postman. You're doing a great job this competition. Tell me, LV Postman, is that your best rank yet? I can't remember you ever having that high of a ranking. And yeah, when I saw you post your production rates on Discord, I don't remember when, but it was a couple days ago. I'm like, oh damn, if he's serious about his rate, either I'm doing something very wrong or he's doing something very right, because he's got me beat in this competition for sure. Look at that. LV Postman is doing 50% more than I am based on the stars. Which would put your rate, your rate around 1800 or something. 1963, there we go. It might have taken you a little bit longer to finish than it did for me, but yeah, that's an excellent rate. Globe again? Oh, I don't have the globe. I guess you were talking about you, Girl Gamer. Yeah, like Martin says, congrats, Postman. There you go. Congrats, of course. Martin's 417, got now. 13 for you? No, hey, go back up. Not good. I really thought I would get top 10 on this one, Martin. Well, like when they first announced the meta, I guess. Actually, when the update went live, when we actually knew what was going on, maybe. But the thing is, okay, so if I would have had a 5th circus, I think I would have gotten top 10. A 5th circus would have done it. But I don't, and I didn't want to buy a 5th. I definitely considered getting a 5th circus for this competition, but I just decided not to. So I ran with what I had, did the best I could, you know, given the NFTs I have. Tony's at 155.88 here. Nice. Did anybody end up using the no NFT build? I know I saw some comments of people saying it really helped them out. They used it. I mean, I hope they managed to rank or get the rank they wanted to get. You know, people usually don't think about the, especially new people, they don't like consider the fact that in the last couple minutes of the competition, everybody just drops. People are saying they're getting the globe, which I assume they mean the disconnect thing. Yeah, I had this running all night. Oh, you can tell the 10-hour production monitor. No disconnects. I did have a disconnect on Tuesday after I ended the stream. I had it running for like another hour and then it disconnected, so I refreshed it right away. Didn't have any problems after that. Yeah, Luvena, hello, hello. It's your first top 5. Congratulations. I just got my first top 5 last week. So we're in the same club now. DeFi says doing 330 per hour and set at 163rd place. Okay. Yeah, I thought I was thinking top 225 was gonna be a higher rate, but yeah. I can't remember what my guesses were, but they're somewhere on Discord. Yeah, tweet yesterday. Thanks, folks. Yeah, good job, good job. Girl Gamer, 3 circuits, 953 per hour, 25th. Can you hold that? It's showing you 24th on my side, but... Okay, it's showing you 25th on my side now. Yeah, basically 5 minutes to go. Yeah, hopefully you can hold that. It's really freaking close though, look at the stars. Let's see if I can load up top 50 over here. Oh, we got 2 dub people right here. At least in 50th and 49th place. There we go. I think Sandula says he's usually like at work when the competition ends. Did it update? What happened to the leaderboard? Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, I guess it wasn't updated yet. You know how the leaderboard is. Well, assuming it's updated now, there should be the top 50. I don't know. I'll leave it there for a minute. It says, I did your build ranking 1123rd at the moment, 37 Bokashi. Oh, 137 Bokashi, that's right. Yeah, that's basically exactly what it was doing. Okay, that's to be expected. So it was enough to get top 1200. That is true. That's pretty much the expectation whenever I post the build showcases. I do know that I don't think there was a way to possibly add another milk barn, but I know that if you had more cow posts, it probably could have gone up. Well, yeah, it could have gone up closer to 150 per hour, but I don't know how you would even add another cow post with 8 water on that design. Maybe there's a way. Probably would have to use wells or something, but yeah. But I do know that if you use the Gilded Barns NFT to reduce the craft time of the milk barns, it definitely would have done 150. I did a test with Miranda skins and the milk barn NFT and I think the town hall, and it was doing 170 something just with that design. I didn't tell you guys, but I told the Team Dub supporters about that test. Usually I don't do like little tests like that, but yeah, I was doing 167 per hour, I see now, because I took a screenshot of that. But here, once again, top 50 right here, should be up to date. I say Beastie's on 50th place, that's really nice, but it's really close with Jam Fran right here. Yeah, oh, okay, it just moved. Maybe, oh, I think somebody's relogging. All right, let's stop looking at this and just hope everybody meets their expectation. Vogue says, saved me a top 400 place, 384th now. So I would have dropped out of top 400 without your build. Very nice, congrats. Bea says, I did 155 with 8 barns, regular barns, but no place for the extra off building. Ah, there you go. Yeah, so you it sounds like you tried to do something to figure that out. But yeah, that's the problem. I don't see a way to add another milk barn with that design without losing another off building. Now, I could tell you that if you did something with subgrid, you probably would have been able to do that. But of course, the build showcases, I try not to implement subgrade. That's just a limitation I put on myself, so it's not so damn overpowered. But yeah, if there are opportunities to mess with the subgrid placement when you're trying to have a bunch of green timer windmills or offs, I suppose, right? So there probably would have been a way, but it would have required quite a shift in that design. Martin says about 185 per hour, I think. I think make enough to place 2 more compost makers, maybe 3, but no space. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, this worked pretty well for me. Well, considering I have 4 circuses and I tried to use them to the best of my ability. So there's that. This competition overall, it wasn't bad. I know everybody shit on it with a bunch of puns and jokes. Pun intended. I didn't think it was terrible. Probably people don't like the idea of making poop. I agree with you there. The no NFT design was pretty enjoyable to make. I liked the fact, you know, I just like how the design came out. I said this before, but I think the no NFT design was easier than my personal design. Or at least coming up with my personal design, I had to do different versions of this until I can get something that works. But it was still fun. It felt different for sure. Like I would never put roads next to the edges like this, but that seemed to be the best case scenario here. So I did like this meta more than probably next week's meta, which by now you probably all know, but we're going to be doing an anything goes competition again, probably for like the 7th time this year. I don't know. We're in July, so I'm assuming it's the 7th time this year. But there we go. Competition has ended. Shareth YC, hello, hello. Can I get the full tutorial for as a beginner? I do have a video for beginners. I have multiple videos, but what was it called? I never remember the name. There's a long video and then there's a short video. So I'm assuming you're new here, Shareth, so welcome. You probably want to know how to learn how to play this very puzzly game. Quite a challenge, especially for new players. What is that long video I have? I think how to be competitive and earn in Townstar. I think that's what it was called. Oh. Well, I made that video when it was still called Common Ground World. That's the problem there. And that video took a long time to make too. And maybe at some point I would do a brand new guide, which is, it's usually the goal, like once a year. Yeah, this one came out last year. Wow, that's kind of overdue. Look, I'm gonna share the link in the chat. So while I wait here for the main menu to load, which probably won't happen. I already did the daily challenge as well. But in the chat, I'm gonna post a link for the how to be competitive and earn rewards in Common Ground World video. Just note that this game at some point was called Common Ground World, but only for a little while. And we went back to Townstar, which is what everybody wanted. This Common Ground World did not sound good. But that video I shared, if I'm trying to... Let me just pull it up on the screen for a second. That video that I shared, it's almost an hour long, just note that. But if for some reason you really want to learn, this thing teaches you so much. So it's going to go over some of the basics in terms of gameplay and some tools you can use, such as the Townstar spreadsheet or Townstar playbook, which is a spreadsheet I created, which has almost all the information about the game so you can understand everything. And it also goes over the visualizer tool, or one of the visualizer tools that you can use to kind of design a sketch or a rough draft of the town with all the effects. In this video I was using the Townstar build hub, which I think still works, but it might be out of date, so now I use the Townstar planner. But there's a lot of information here talking about production monitor, auto sell, a bunch of stuff. Probably not 100% of the stuff, but a lot of stuff. And if you don't want to watch an hour-long video, I completely understand. I have another video showing the gasoline production and a gold rush. Gold is a pretty good rush, but nowadays you have to learn multiple different strategies to make cash, which we call rushes. And they pretty much change every single competition. Yeah, they give us generous cash boosts, which makes it a bit easier. But yeah, hopefully that's a bunch of information I can provide to help you out if you're still here. But it says subgrids, yes, 4 green windmills plus red windmills, but no place for extra off. Yeah, I see. So you tried. DeFi says it was an interesting challenge with all the shade to account for. Yeah, that's right. Definitely the people with like 6 light circuses or even a beacon of light were very happy. Practice server had the same Bokashi build, yeah. And like I said, I already did daily challenge. My bad, wrong button. Huey29, hello. Anything goes sucks. Yeah, I hear a lot of people say that, LV Postman. I think it's just not as fun because we've done it like 5 times already. But like, I don't even mind right now. I'll take the easy copy paste build. Just because I'm also working on other stuff this week, so I'm not gonna make a build showcase. Obviously, I'm gonna recommend people, you know, do the same thing as usual. If you don't have that much NFTs, you're probably better off doing ice blocks. That's just the way it is. I don't think I will even post a video for this next one. Usually, I would have posted a video just telling people like, hey, that's another anything goes. Once again, refer back to my ice block build showcase if you want to do that. I don't even intend to do a video for this week, so I'll probably take a break from doing the video because it is kind of repetitive and I don't see the point in it. So I'll just make an announcement or a community post. But everybody that, you know, pays attention to the announcements already knows that we're doing anything goes competition next week. So there we go, 13th place, just about my expectation after seeing everyone's production rates, or not everybody's, but a couple people's production rates. Congratulations, Spartans, by the way, you passed me on this one. And Lolcabo got the top 10, nice. And of course, we got our usual in the top 4, the top players in the game, and LV Postman with that 5th place, amazing. There we go, it seems like Crypto Gamer Mom made it to 25th. I mean, Gamer Girl, yeah. So congratulations on that. Damn, even Willbike did really good. There we go. Shout out to Willbike. So Martin says, I have 2-week vacation. Ice, here we go. 420 first place, did not expect that. I thought around 750th place or so. Well, there you go, better than your expectations. Yeah, no problem for the link. That's right, share it. Common ground, what? Are you cursing? That's what it was called, Martin. DeFi says, notice a beacon for sale earlier on at Harbor. That does not happen often. Yeah, seeing as there's only a few of them, you're right, that doesn't happen that often. Martin says, gold going over in gold rings, 50k becomes under 14k. And then with the big boat, needs a few more power plants, but it works. And pretty fast. Well, you got to make all the wire mills to make the gold wire. And then the jewelry crafting tables to make the gold rings. It just seems like a lot more work. But if you're talking about like in your slow town, as you call it, Martin, then yeah. Because I think you mentioned that before. That's you were doing gold rings. Do an AI video? Like a completely AI video? I don't think people want a completely AI video. Though, to be honest, it would be easier, I'm sure, but like I don't think people want that. But maybe somebody will start making like AI town star videos or something. Probably tell the AI to make the whole freaking build for you. I don't know. I think at some point we get there. At some point somebody will do it. If they're not doing it already, that is. Martin says ice ice baby. Yeah. Yui says 66th place, congratulations. Should I? Let's check the announcement. I didn't really even pay attention to the announcement. I just saw it was in the Anything Goes meta. At first, I thought it was going to be like a grass meta because Duck Sunny said he gave us like a hint, if you can even call it that. And he said it's everywhere. I'm like, whoa, it's everywhere. Grass is everywhere. Maybe he's gonna tell us to go touch grass. No, it came out with so anything goes meta. So there it is. Oh yeah, I attached a different color on the Discord. It probably doesn't look good on the video. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure, but just don't worry about that. Let's hide this. And specifically for the cash boost. Oh damn, that's an amazing cash boost for milk. That's freaking insane. Milk's cash boost is a 60,000. That's a 15 times cash boost. Holy crap. That's a lot. Wool's cash boosted 10 times over. Still very good. And Sugar's cash boosted like 15 times over. Jeez, these cash boosts are freaking insane. Which is a good thing, because you got like half the community is going to be doing ice blocks. I'm sure they'll appreciate this. At least it'll make it a little bit less stressful. Yeah, this is the first time I'm actually looking at the cash boosts. I wasn't paying attention to this, but the cash boosts are really good. I know I just said like, I think I just told Shareth like to watch the video with the gold rush. You don't want to be doing a gold rush if you're going to be doing the next competition. But I don't know how far you are into the game. Maybe you're still learning. Maybe you're not ready to actually seriously compete. Yeah, there we go. I would assume people would be selling wool or milk or even sugar. It just depends on maybe if they have NFTs for it. Martin says, oh, gold wire. Sorry, you're right. Less space and storage and more worth. Not rings, but wires. Okay, there you go. Yeah, you still need the wire mills and the power plants for the passive energy. Boke says, I meant do a short AI video to tell everyone to use previous ice build. Oh, that's what you meant. Or maybe like a short, you know, people tend to use like AI shorts or something. Sure, possibly. I mean, I will probably just go with a quick announcement though, so that people can read. But I'll consider that. Martin says, wow, okay, 3 rows of feed and cows. There you go, you got a plan. Biome is the same as one of the previous Anything Goes competitions where we have the 2 rivers on, sorry, the one river on the east and the ocean on the south. It's 2 waterways is what I was thinking. And we got the mountain on the north. We got the oil sea close to the mountain on the north. So after showing you that biome, let me also show you the ice block build showcase from earlier this year when the game was still called Common Ground World, apparently. That would be this one right here. Ice block build showcase 2025. And this one, yeah, this one's the one that's doing at least 7,200 ice blocks per hour if you were to finish it. But in this video, I also show you different examples with different NFTs so you can understand how much the production rate gets amplified. So as I've said several times before, even having the crystal reindeer is a huge help to your production rates. And obviously you have any birdhouses and rose bushes in the medieval tavern, you want to implement those. The bulky storehouse helps out. Like, yeah, it does help out because the storage increases does make a difference to the efficiency of everything. And I did this with dirt roads. I don't even remember doing that. Oh, I guess I did do this with dirt roads, but well, you would probably be better off doing paved roads. I don't know why, but I just never realized it was dirt roads. But okay. Yeah, maybe it'll be a tiny bit more efficient with paved roads, but you probably can't be bothered. So there you go. Yeah. This was doing 7,900 ice blocks per hour if you were to finish the entire thing, apparently, but As many of you know who have done ice block builds, this takes a long ass time. This is really expensive. It was like what, over 200 million cash to build, and getting the materials for the last couple of buildings is really annoying. But I'm showing you this one because it's the exact same biome. You get the oil seep in the same spot, the river, the ocean, and the mountain. So you can do an exact copy of this if you don't have any NFTs. Or if you have some NFTs, you can implement this. And I'm just speaking about the people who want to do ice blocks. We always hear the same questions when it comes to an anything goes competition. Is there a better option? And really it depends on if you have a bunch of NFTs. If you have a lot of NFTs, like I do pretty much, then you are better off going with Stackbox, because Stackbox encompasses a ton of different items. If you don't have any NFTs, do not even consider doing Stackbox, because you will have a terrible time and you won't even be able to be competitive with 1 or 2 Stackbox per hour. If you can even manage to making 2 per hour without NFTs, it's pretty much impossible. No, it's actually is possible to make 2 per hour. It's just really freaking difficult. It might require micromanagement, which nobody wants to do. But yeah, same thing as I've said before with the other anything goes competitions. Martin says, OMG, that's 6 mil with 1 big boat trip. Guess you're whining goodbye for me this time, Ron. No, but true 6M, a big boat is 4.5 and a tower each time. It will go fast. I feel like the peanut nor wine that I sell in my slow town sells for the same amount as that, Martin, but I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember how much the boat full of wine sells for. But 6 months, it probably is the same. Who knows? I can't remember. Oh yeah, I said this on Tuesday, but like in my practice sound right here for the Bokashi, I forgot to turn on Grain Blaster. See? So my feed rate was not correct. Like I was making enough feed with this, but clearly I didn't need all these feed mills. Yeah, that's why I brought that up on Tuesday. And well, the other thing I'm gonna talk about is the new NFT. I think that might be the last thing. Give me a second, let me see this message here. And that's amazing, and it looks really organized. And just about what I would expect with all those circus. LV Postman named his town Poopville. That's very appropriate. I don't think he'll mind me sharing that part. Back to the announcement. The NFT that will release today in about 2 hours, I suppose, is the Sister Ranchers, which is an epic rarity NFT. There will be 300 in supply at $200 each, basically. When they first announced this NFT, before I even read the description, my first thought was, this NFT already exists. It's called the Multi-ATV Station, but it costs $300, not $200. And then I read the description. Alright, so the Sisters Ranchers Epic comes with 2 ranchers, just like the Multi-ATV Station. However, the Sisters Ranchers, the 2 workers move at double the speed. So I'm actually thinking about this a little more now. What exactly does that mean? I just had a little thought here. Ranchers. Okay, I actually just realized something. But don't get me wrong, this is still a powerful NFT. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna need to open up the Townstar playbook for this. So the multi ATV station is an ATV NFT. I just realized that the Sisters Ranchers is not an ATV NFT. It is a Rancher House NFT, which is not something we're used to. But I suppose the Hatch and Hank Jr. is a Lumberjack NFT, so it's not that unusual. Jeff Saylor, I thought that meant only the ranch house, not the ATV. Yes. And I actually didn't realize that at first. I'm just realizing that now that I'm reading it again. This is a ranch house NFT. This is not an ATV NFT. So that explains the massive double speed boost. So let me finish loading this up real quick, then I'll pull it up. Everything's kind of loading in here because I just opened the page. So I believe the Rancher House movement speed is 2, or the Rancher movement speed is 2. You know, that's how the in-game speed works. That's oh, stop showing Discord and show. Okay. Okay, ATV movement speed is 3.33. My explanation on the NFT got a little bit interrupted because I just had this realization. All right, the Rancher speed is 2. ATV speed is 3.33. Let's talk about the multi-ATV station real quick. The multi-ATV station increases the movement speed of the ATV by 20% of the 2 ATVs that it comes with. So that means each of those 2 ATVs would have a movement speed of 4. The other nice thing about the multi-ATV station, I don't own one, but I know some people who do. The multi-ATV station is a 3x3 building, which I don't really care about, but you know, that's just a feature. And it doesn't require a road and it doesn't cast any shade, which I thought that was really great. I was even considering getting it just because of that. The $300 for the multi-ATV station is crazy. So it makes the 2 ATVs have a movement speed of 4. Now let's stop talking about the multi-ATV station for a bit and let's go back and talk about the Sister Ranchers. So that is a ranch house NFT. It comes with 2 ranchers, but they move at double the speed, so that means their speed is 4. The movement speed of these 2 ranchers will be the exact same as the movement speed of the 2 ATVs from the ATV station building. So the movement speed is exactly the same. I didn't realize that at first, but yeah, the movement speed is exactly the same as the other NFT. Pointman says, does the Pilgrim work with it? Yeah, I'm sure it will. The Pilgrim works with ranchers and ATVs. It will still do the double effect. In case some people don't know this, the Pilgrim Turkey statue doubles the amount of ranchers and ATVs in all of your buildings in your town. So it goes from 1 to 2. For the NFTs, it would go from 2 to 4. No one bought the ATV. It says Animation Dad. A couple people did, but not that many. You're right. It's really expensive. Only a couple people did, and I wasn't one of those. Martin says, how fast is she? That's still pricey for that. Is she as fast as Lily and Rose for Ore? I'm not sure exactly, and I know Lily and Rose is faster if you also have another one placed down. I forgot who. Do I even have that information on here? A lot of the NFTs I don't have information for the speed, especially the new ones. They just don't tell us. Rose and Lily's speed is 3. Yeah, Rose and Lily's speed is 3. The ranchers would still be faster. Oh, I mean the NFT version of these. ATVs are faster than Rose and Lily, by the way, Martin. But going back to the Sisters Ranchers, let me just pull up Discord again. There you go. So we explained the movement speed. The movement speed is the same as the other NFT. So the Sisters Ranchers provides another feature, which is interesting. It's got people talking. It also has half the wages. I don't know about the wages on the multi-ATV station. But the Sisters Ranchers, when you place it down, it grants a 10% craft speed boost to every building on adjacent tiles. And this effect can be stacked, and it also gives 10 town points. So I think for the most part, people understand what that means. But let me open up the planner and kind of just put it on the visualizer and explain it a little there. Then for 2 ranchers, that's expensive. Oh, I mean, it really is expensive. Yeah, I mean, Rose and Lily is cheap compared to the rancher NFTs, but these rancher NFTs, you would probably use more often than your Rose and Lily, right? All right, here's my visualizer. I was messing with this when the NFT got announced, actually. But pretend the ranch houses are the Sister Rancher NFT. So first of all, we don't know if it needs a road. We don't know if it even casts shade. That would be stupid if it casts shade. If it needs a road, I guess that's understandable. But yeah, we have no idea. You know how it is. Ducks Honey fails to give us enough information. Or maybe it's the developers, because really Ducks Honey is just copy and pasting the information he gets from the developers. He doesn't know. But with that aside, it is possible to stack this 8 times if the building in the middle doesn't need a road. For example, I was using the Epic Pottery Shop as an example. There are other buildings that wouldn't need a road. And this is just assuming the Sister Ranchers don't need a road either. So if you were to do this setup, you'd got the passive water drum, energy, clay. If you have all the other relevant NFTs, this would be for higher players. You know, this is a stupid idea. Don't even consider it. But this could technically work. Keep in mind the 10% craft time reduction is multiplicative. So if you're doing this, I did the math and I think it was, if you got 8 of these, it turns out to be like a 57% craft time reduction or somewhere around there. So it's not like a flat 80 because it's multiplicative. So it's diminishing returns. I don't understand why anybody would do this, but I'm just saying theoretically it's possible to stack it 8 times. I would imagine the top players would want to get more than likely probably one. I would consider getting one. I don't think I would get it right away, but at some point, sure. Probably 2. I would imagine some top players get 2. And when I say top players in this case, probably top 25. I mean, I don't expect everyone in top 25 to go and buy this, but it's a pretty good NFT overall, which hasn't been said in a while. Yeah, if you only have 2 of them, you could put them next to each other, have a 20% craft time reduction to these 4 tiles, and a 10% craft time reduction to these other tiles. But I think the best use case would just be separate them. That way you have, say, these 5 tiles and these 5 tiles have a 10% craft time reduction. And then you could have maybe these 3 have a 20% craft time reduction. Just keep in mind that you're still going to have to deal with roads and stuff. It really just depends on what you're trying to craft. But the short or very simple example I can give you is this. Do this, or do that. Probably not as good of an idea. Or if you only got one, do that. And that's how you use it. 10% crowd time reduction's not bad. I really don't think it'll make a significant difference, but depending on how you use it, it will help. And you would use this NFT pretty often because it's an ATV. Well, it's not an ATV, but it's a rancher. You know, in most cases, we want a rancher, right? We want them to pick up the poop. I mean, the milk, the eggs, and the wool. There we go. Martin says, so it's expensive but good, huh? Yeah, and I'm surprised by the pricing that it's cheaper than the multi-ATV station. I don't think... So at this point, there's, in my opinion, no reason to ever buy the multi-ATV station. It just seems like a complete waste when this NFT now exists. And I'm not sure how... Well, if I had a multi-ATV station, I think I would be upset once this NFT released. I don't have one, so I don't care, but I would imagine people who do have the multi-ATV station are probably upset that this NFT now exists. That's just my speculation, though. I've not heard anybody actually say that. So is that it? Is that everything for the NFT? Everything I can explain? Yeah, I think so. I mean, it gives 10 town points, which you know how that is. And yeah, it's personally, it's something that I would pick up. I don't think I'm gonna pick it up right away, but like if I want to actually get something to help me with ranchers and ATVs, yeah, I would probably get this. I mean, I already have the Pilgrim Turkey statue, so I just build ATVs and they all have 2 workers already. I can tell you the Pilgrim Turkey statue, if you don't already have it, is way better. It's one of, I would say, one of the most useful when it comes to ranchers and ATVs, at least. So there's that. He keeps repeating the monthly storage, which is pizza storage. So you play every day this month, which the month is about to end. But we would receive the pizza storage probably early next month. So let's close this out. And I think that's all there is to go over. So anything goes. What will you guys be making? Let me know right now. What's your plan? You know my plan, it's stack box. There will not be a no NFT build. If people ask what they should make, I will probably tell them to make ice blocks. Because I don't know how many NFTs they have. And if they're asking that question, they probably don't have enough NFTs. Few people do other things like fishing or something really weird like red lamps or something really weird. Some people can get away with that if they're borrowing the right NFTs, which they will be. In these type of competitions, people will team up, you know, with other people that they trust or people in their guild, and they will borrow NFTs. So like I will usually borrow the Easy Dough bakeries so I can do my stack box design, because they are very useful for that competition, so I can make the dough. So there's that. And then I have too many, not too many, but I have several tables of appreciation, so yeah, I'll let some of the guild members borrow those. Because yeah, they help out a bunch. Jeff's going with ice, or I might try Mirandus instead. Yeah, with the playtest. I know they got they share the leaderboard, and I think they said, well, how many people get Gala? Top 300 gets Gala, but I think it's only like at least 90 Gala, maybe like a little under $2. But last I heard, only about 100 people have gotten score so far from killing the goblins. I might be wrong, but that's the last I heard. That was probably last night. To be honest, I've not gotten on the Mirandus playtest. My intention was to get on it yesterday, but like I am busy working on something else right now that I'm making at least some progress with. Can't really tell you what it is, but I'm just messing around with something. So I want to keep working on that. And if I have a chat, you know, since I'm not doing a build showcase or a video for it, I may possibly just stream Mirandus on Monday, but I think that's the day before the event ends. I don't really care about ranking in the event. If I happen to get 90 Gala from just killing one goblin, then great. But yeah, I think that's my intention. And I heard the Vexy Villages event should have ended by now, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it should have ended yesterday. And it seems like they may be... It seems like they may start doing weekly Vexy Village competitions, or bi-weekly. It might be bi-weekly. Not completely filled up with the information, but I think that's what I heard. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, Vexy Villages might be doing bi-weekly competitions, so 1 week where it's an event, 1 week where it's not. That is the way I'm understanding it right now. So yeah, maybe there will be more Gala rewards for Vexy Villages. I've seen, you know, a few people saying they've been earning several thousands of Gala, and that's great. Yeah, that's great. They're really competing. You know, that's how it goes. Martin says I keep looking in the store for pizza and I can't find it. Is it close to pizza? Saying that I can find pizza with a K? What? Jeff says bi-weekly, 1 regular, and 1 using previously sold NFTs. Okay, that is good. Okay, so they finally, it sounds like they finally confirmed that they're reusing older NFTs for events. That's great. 1 new. I think that's what you meant by what you said, 1 regular. So I think that means 1 new. And then 1 old meta. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. I hope they hang on to something that's predictable. You know, I think people would enjoy that. I didn't do the last Vexy Villages competition. I'm more focused on Eternal Paradox this season, because last season I really wasn't that focused on Eternal Paradox. And I honestly just have more fun playing Eternal Paradox, but it's very much more grindy. It just depends. I've always played those 4X strategy games, even back when I was like in high school. But that's just me. You know, Vexy Villages probably has better rewards since it's rewarded in Gala. So there's that. But my main focus is still Townstar, of course. I enjoy this game and I rank very well and I get good Gala rewards from it, so I'll continue with that. Champions Arena I also play every once in a while. Champions Arena, I can get more Gala from playing Champions Arena than I can from Vexy Villages, or the low ranks in Vexy Villages. So I will occasionally do that. Hold on, let me see what this says. Let me check. I will start practicing later today. Probably when the update goes live, or maybe can I use this biome? I probably don't need the second river, I'm thinking. Pretty sure I don't. Oh no, sorry, it's the ocean. No, I can kind of ignore the ocean. I might just wait until the new biome comes out. Just might as well, because I haven't started practicing anyways. Yep, got it. It'd be a huge help. Martin says, sorry you don't say pizza as you say it. Yeah, I don't know. Jeff, oh yeah, he already said that. Okay, well, what else do we have to talk about? Because I think that's it. I feel like I was gonna check something else and I forgot. No, I think that was it, yeah. Oh, I was gonna pull up my old stack box build, but just for me to look at the visualizer. But yeah, I'll do that after. Oh yeah, that's the plan. Oh, see money, what's this? This is my Bokashi build, but this is in the practice server. So it's the same thing. Since, you know, the event already ended. Oh, something broke. I don't know what broke, but something probably broke. I probably took something off. Whatever, I'm not worried about that. Yeah, after the event goes live, I will start rebuilding my stack box build from the last Anything Goes competition. I think on that one we didn't have the badges yet, so I implement the badges to increase the rate, and with that, I probably will make over 40 stack box per hour. That's a top 25 design. I don't remember getting, no, I don't think I get top 10 on the Anything Goes competitions. I don't think so. But yeah, that's the goal. One last time, no new video. That's not on the Town Star. No, not a build showcase. No new build showcase. And probably practice your build unless you're doing ice blocks, in which case you probably don't need to practice. Just go for it on Tuesday. Spend the whole day doing that. Maybe the day and a half. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Rachel, thank you for being here as always. You have a great weekend as well. Everybody, I hope you have a great weekend. And either take a break this weekend or start practicing whatever you're gonna practice. If I was in people's situations and I realized that ice blocks was the best way to go, and I've already done ice blocks before, I wouldn't practice it. If you're a brand new player, you probably should practice it, even though it takes a long ass time. Or at the very least, guys, practice the cash rush, because the cash boosts do change a little bit from what I'm seeing. This cash boost might be the best one for an Anything Goes competition yet. So whatever you decide is better, do that. Yeah, that was a lot, but I think that's it. Thank you so much. See you all later. I'll be on Discord as usual. Bye-bye.